Thank you, Madam Chair. I'd like to start by welcoming the regulators back today. Some familiar faces and some new. Chair McWilliams, Vice Chair Quarles, I'd like to again thank you for your work throughout the pandemic to ensure our financial system remained strong. Your quick and decisive action to provide appropriate flexibility for financial institutions and consumers set up for us a very strong economic rebound here in the United States. Mr. Sue, I also want to welcome you to the committee in your new role as acting comptroller of the currency. However, I think it's safe to say that many of us expected to hear from the confirmed comptroller of the currency at this point. There's been a lot of speculation about who President Biden's nominee will be. It seems to be a Goldilocks approach here. First, Michael Barr was deemed too conservative. If you can call somebody who helped write Dodd-Frank as a conservative, I don't think so. Then Marissa Baradarian, who advocates for socialized banking and opposes innovation. Well, she seemed to appease the far left progressives, but still no formal nomination. So we're left to wonder who will be deemed as, quote, safe and sound, at least in the eyes of Mr. Biden, to permanently fill the role. But indecision has real-world consequences. As President Biden tries to cater to his party's political whims, the OCC and our financial institutions are left without a clear path forward. That's problematic. Former Comptroller Otting and former Acting Comptroller Brooks made great strides in a nonpartisan, non-ideological way to remove regulatory roadblocks and support financial inclusion through innovation. But now these positive steps forward are stuck in limbo or worse, in danger of being scrapped altogether for political optics. This is not the right way to regulate, but I fear this is just the start of Democrats' one-party rule mentality in practice. We know that Democrats' tendency is to overregulate when they feel like they need to do something. We saw this in 2009 and 10 with Dodd-Frank, and we know the negative impact it had on our financial institutions and our economy. We're already seeing Democrats treat the COVID pandemic just like the financial crisis, but the two are not comparable, and our economy is in a much different place now. What my Democrat colleagues should take away from the pandemic is that outsized regulation is problematic, and that financial technology plays a really important role in our day-to-day lives and should be embraced. We should use advances in technology to help bring more unbanked and underbanked Americans into the fold and to close banking deserts, just as the chair says. The OCC and the FDIC under Chair McWilliams worked to address the overly burdensome mandates that hindered financial technology by issuing rules to address the so-called valid when made doctrine. That was positive and helpful to our economy. The OCC also moved to finalize its true lender rule, creating a much needed framework for providing affordable credit to all consumers, particularly those who need it most, through banks and non-banks. Together, these rules help bring more Americans under the banking umbrella. That's good. We should build on these gains rather than trying to relitigate 2009. I don't think that's the right approach. So I look forward to hearing from each of you on how we can best accomplish that. Madam Chair, I yield back.